How you doing? I'm Darren with Ash Kickin' Barbecue, and today we're talking bacon-wrapped jalapeno poppers. If you've never had bacon-wrapped jalapeno poppers, you're truly in for a treat. They consist of a few simple ingredients, they're a quicker cook, and they're absolutely delicious. We're just going to be using some jalapenos, some cream cheese, some cheddar cheese, some bacon, of course, and a sweet rub and a savory rub. And we're going to be cooking on our Pit Boss Pro Series 1600 today, and we're going to be using hickory pellets. And the reason I'm using hickory pellets is because this bacon has already been hickory smoked, and I just wanted to kind of keep all the flavors together, and I really do love the Cookinpellets hickory pellets. So let's bring you in and show you how we're going to prep these bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. Okay guys, the prep on these bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers is super easy. So the first thing I like to do is while I'm getting everything ready, I like to take my cream cheese out just so it has time to soften, because mixing cream cheese that's fresh out of the refrigerator is pretty tough. So I like to just let it warm up a little bit. So I'm going to set that off to the side. And I suggest throwing on a glove if you have one when you're handling these. That way you don't accidentally rub your eyes like I've done a bunch of times and you have to deal with that. So I have my sweet lunch lady glove on here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this jalapeno lengthwise. So I'm just going to come in and just bring it down like that. And we're just going to show the guts of the jalapeno there. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of my jalapenos. All right. And the last one. Okay, now after we have those split in half, what we want to do is I like to go ahead and remove the guts and the seeds. I like stuff spicy, but my fiance doesn't, and a lot of people don't like things too spicy. So the easiest way I found to do this is just take a bowl and take a spoon and just kind of drag all the insides out. You can just kind of get everything out there. And I'm not worried about getting everything out, just the majority of the seeds and the guts in there. So you can see that nice and clean. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with all of these jalapenos. Okay guys, now you can see I have all the seeds and the veins out of these jalapenos. I'm just going to go ahead and set them off to the side. And at this point, I'm going to go ahead and get my cream cheese out and get this into a bowl. Okay, and now once I have my cream cheese in the bowl, I'm just going to kind of loosen it up a little bit here. And if it's still a little frozen, you can always use your hands. You don't have to use a fork. But I'm going to go ahead and just kind of loosen it up, get it kind of spread out. And then I'm going to take some of this Tailgater's Barbecue Party Rub. It's just a real savory rub, adds some really good flavor into it. And I'm just going to do it to taste here. I've made these enough times, I know how much I like. Just kind of coat up your block of cream cheese there. And then what you want to do is grab some cheddar cheese or whatever cheese that you like. If I had some pepper jack, I'd probably use that, but this is all I have. And I'm going to go with about a half a cup in there. I'd say you're pretty close. Again, you can do this to taste. And just throw that in there like so. And at this point, you can either kind of mix it up with your fork here, but honestly, I find it easier just to go in with your hands and just kind of mix it all up. I mean, what's barbecue if you're not getting a little dirty? So just go ahead and kind of mix it all together, get everything incorporated. You're going to want to look and see how your seasoning is while you're doing this. If you need more, add a little more, and I think I do. So I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit more seasoning to that, just for a nice little pop of flavor in there. And we'll just go ahead and get that all mixed up. You want everything evenly incorporated. All right, when you're done, it should look like that. You have some nice seasoning in there. You have the cheese in there. So I'm going to go ahead and set this off to the side. Now I want to get my jalapenos all out here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a pinch of this cream cheese mixture, and I'm just going to go ahead and lay it on the jalapeno here. And I'm just going to use my fingers to kind of spread it out evenly. You don't want too much. You want to kind of keep it even with the jalapeno here. But this is probably the best way I found to do it, is just get a little dirty and use your fingers. So that's looking pretty good about like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do that with the rest of these. Okay guys, you can see we have all of our jalapenos filled up with our cream cheese and cheddar mixture here. Now we're going to go ahead and get into the bacon, which is everyone's favorite health food. We're going to go ahead, and I like a little bit thinner of a piece of bacon for this. It cooks a little bit more even, and it works better than thicker cut in my opinion. So if you want to use thick cut, go for it, but it may increase your cook time a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just take one of these, and if you do this the right way, start out underneath here, and you can just kind of wrap your bacon all the way around and just kind of pull it, and it should cover your whole jalapeno there, like so. And you don't need any toothpicks or anything like that to hold it. So just kind of do that like so. I'm actually going to get under there. And then we'll actually transfer that to a wire rack so it'll stay put the whole time. So I'll show you one more here. We'll go ahead and grab our bacon. And it helps if you just pull it a little bit. And then start off on the thicker end, go underneath, and then as you're wrapping it, just kind of pull it and elongate it a little bit there. And then gives you a nice tight wrap on your jalapeno, and we'll set that off to the side. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these wrapped up in bacon, and I'll bring you back. Okay guys, you can see we have all of our jalapenos wrapped up in bacon. At this point, we're just going to go ahead and transfer them to a cooking rack, and this is just going to be for easy transport and easy rotation for even cooking. So we'll go ahead and get all these on here. Make sure you leave a little bit of space in between them for airflow on your smoker. We'll just go ahead and get those on there like that. And that's looking pretty good. And as that bacon cooks, it's going to stay formed around that jalapeno. So should hold it nice and tight. If you want to use a toothpick, feel free to use it. I just have never felt the need for it. All right, so you can see we have all of our jalapenos there. Now we're going to come in with our sweet rub for just a touch of sweetness. And we have our Suckle Busters Honey Barbecue Rub. And we're just going to do an extremely light dusting over the top of each one. Nothing too crazy. There's enough salt in this bacon. We don't need to up our salt content too much. So we're just going to give it a little pop of sweetness on there. And a little color. Okay, so I have the Pit Boss Pro Series 1600 fired up outside. We're running at 250 degrees, and we're loaded with Cookinpellets Hickory pellets. So I will meet you guys outside at the smoker. Okay guys, you can see we have our bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers on our Pit Boss Pro Series 1600. We're getting some good hickory smoke from our Cookinpellets. So we're gonna let these go for about a half hour, and then we'll come out and check on them. We'll rotate them if we need to, just for even cooking. But yep, that's where we're at right now. So we'll see you guys in a half hour. Okay guys, it has been a half hour. You can see our bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers are looking really good. They're starting to get some nice color on the bacon. Everything's staying intact. Now all we're gonna do here is just kind of rotate these just for even cooking. So we'll go ahead and set them like that, and we will come out and check on them again in 30 minutes. So we'll see you then. Okay guys, it's been another 30 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and check on our bacon wrapped jalapeno poppers. You can see they're looking absolutely delicious here. Bacon's looking good and crispy. They're looking awesome. So at this point, we're just gonna go ahead and get a little sauce on them. And all I have here is apple habanero sauce from Head Country. And we're just gonna go ahead and get a light glaze on these. So I'm gonna go ahead and glaze these all up. See there, we got a nice glaze on them, and we're gonna let this sauce set for about 5-10 minutes. So get these closed up, and I'll bring you back out once this is set. Okay guys, it's been about 5 minutes, and you can see that our jalapeno poppers are looking awesome. They have a great glaze on them. So I'm gonna get these in the house, let them cool down, and I will bring you back for the taste test. We'll see you then. Okay guys, you can see our bacon wrapped jalapenos are done. They've cooled, they look absolutely wonderful. I may be missing one here because I had to try one off camera just for quality assurance. So before I go ahead and try it on camera, let's just go over what we did. We went ahead and halved our jalapeno. We de-seeded and de-veined it. Then we took a block of cream cheese, threw it in a bowl, seasoned it with Tailgater's barbecue party rub, and about a half a cup of cheddar cheese. Both of those are to taste, do what you like. Then we went ahead and filled up our jalapeno halves with the cream cheese and cheddar mixture, and then wrapped it in bacon. We seasoned that bacon with honey barbecue rub from Suckle Busters just for that sweet heat factor. And then we threw it on our Pit Boss Pro Series 1600 for 30 minutes. Then we went out, we rotated it for even cooking, let it go another 30 minutes. After that 30 minutes was up, we went ahead and sauced it with Head Country apple habanero sauce, just again for that sweet heat. And they look delicious, they smell wonderful. The Cookinpellets, Hickory pellets, did an awesome job on this. I can smell it. I love hickory and bacon, and like I said, it's just gonna bring it all together. So without further ado, let's go ahead and try one. I'm gonna grab this one right here. It's looking really good. You can see that, perfectly cooked. The bacon isn't underdone. Sometimes that bacon will get soggy and whatnot if you have too thick or wrap it too tight. This is perfect, so I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try. That is so good. You get the cheesiness from the cream cheese from the cheddar we put in there. That cream cheese has flavor. That's what you get from seasoning your cream cheese. I highly recommend doing that if you haven't. And then you get the sweetness from the rub and the sauce, but then you get the spice from the sauce and the jalapeno. It's just super balanced, super delicious. We'll go ahead and finish this off. Guys, these are absolutely fantastic. They're a reason that they're one of my favorite appetizers to do because they're easy and they're quick. Game day, football Sundays, I'm always cooking these. Super Bowl parties, just hanging out and gathering with friends. This is an awesome recipe to try. I highly recommend it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.